It's been a long time since you've done a video. When is it coming? People are waiting.
Well, it's just that I don't know what game to play. I've done so many, and I just want to play something new and different.
Well, you're in luck, because I just got the game for you. Behold, Pixar Rush.
Hey, thanks! This actually looks pretty cool. I mean, you have no idea how much I love Pixar movies. Like, from the look of this game, this is gonna be awesome.
Your love for the Pixar will be your downfall, boy.
I have no idea what all that was about, but whatever. Now I got myself a pretty cool game. Like, I love Pixar movies a lot. But in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, which at that point, I have no idea what the hell you're doing with your life, let me explain. So Pixar was an animation studio founded back in 1986, and it would later on become the world's most prolific animation studio to date. Their first major hit was 1995's Toy Story, which was also the first ever full-length computer animated film ever. And since then, Pixar has released over 23 feature films from Toy Story to Soul, and I've literally seen all their films. I'm not joking. I am a huge Pixar fan, and Pixar played a huge role in my childhood. I loved each and every single movie they put out, and I can even remember seeing The Incredibles when it first came out back in 2004, when I was just 4 years old and loving it. While not all their films are perfect, they still have a special place in my heart, and you best believe I'm gonna see Luca when that film comes out. But that's enough of the history stuff. I still need to look at the game I was given. Is it just me, or is it that something seems oddly familiar about this game? Like that I've seen it somewhere before. Oh no. Yep, this game wasn't originally an Xbox One game. In fact, it first came out for the Xbox 360 and required a special peripheral. One that most of you probably wish to forget. I'm talking about the Kinect. In case you're unaware, the Kinect was a peripheral for the Xbox 360 that was an infrared motion camera that would record the user's movements as game commands. But to put it short, basically the Kinect allowed you to control the game with your own body movements. I mean, it's definitely a cool concept, but one that was just way too ahead of its time, and one that just wouldn't work for everyone. However, luckily for me, this version of Pixar Rush that I'll be playing today does not require the Kinect. So basically, I can play this game with a normal button control. So if you were hoping to see me in physical pain in this episode, sorry, but this isn't for you. So with all that out of the way, let's finally play Pixar Rush. Yippee. So we start off the game with some flashy logos and, oh boy, look, it's Luxo Jr., my boy, oh my god! And Disney, which gets Thanos snapped. Microsoft Studios. Asobo Studios, never heard of you guys. And then the title screen. So, what do you think? Do you like the title music? Well, I hope you do, because that's what you're going to hear for the entire game. So now we must create our child. And wow, the game just straight up defaulted to this blue-haired thing. Well, you can't improvise on perfection, so might as well just go with it. And apparently our child can be many things, like a superhero, an explorer. That one's just straight up Lightning McQueen. A robo, a rat, and apparently Dory. You know, Ellen DeGeneres fish. So off we are to Pixar Park, where we get dropped off by a school bus, and screw this, I'm just gonna go home. Wait, I can't leave because of the invisible wall. Fine, I'll just go get a little peek of the park. And I think I saw everything, time to go home. And I said, time to go home, bye-bye. I think I'm stuck here for all eternity. Poor child trapped in the Pixar realm. So, here we are at Pixar Park. A park for children that has all your Pixar needs. So we have 6 different playgrounds to explore. Cars, Up, Toy Story, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Finding Dory. So basically the whole game revolves around playing pretend, as since all the games that occur here on Pixar Park are through the children's imagination. It's a cute little touch, and one that I could definitely enjoy. Like, I remember when I was 5 years old and pretending I was a Jedi. But anyway, let's pick a game to play, so let's start off right, and start with Cars. So the first part of the Cars game is that, according to this kid, Lightning McQueen is looking for a new member in his racing team, and that happens to be us. But in order to impress Lightning McQueen, we must race Mater, everyone's dadgum favorite redneck tow truck.
Dadgum.
Basically, in this level, there really isn't much to talk about in this one segment, except for every single time Mater opens his mouth.
Well, if you don't want to try out this test course that I spend weeks and weeks setting up for you, I guess you don't have to.
After completing that one, we're off to part 2, where we're in Tokyo, and we must defuse a bomb planted onto a rival car. Yes, you're not having a stroke. I said bomb. I'm guessing you forgot that Cars 2 involves an actual terrorist plot in the movie where they want to sabotage a race, and I remember in the film that they even kill a car via torture on screen. You know, funny car shenanigans.
Kill him.
All that aside, this level was definitely a lot more interesting than the last one, at least in terms of aesthetics, since the neon city of Tokyo is quite the sight to see, but other than that, it's just kinda the same. And now we finally make it to the third and final of the Cars levels, where we're in Italy and we must team up with Finn McMissile to stop a whole convoy full of bombs that are said to be detonated during a race. So we chase the convoy in what arguably is the best level in the entire Cars segment, and it starts off normal until helicopters start shooting bombs directly at you. What? I mean, we gotta end off this entire segment with a bang, right? And we eventually catch up and apprehend the obviously evil German scientist car, and everything is good now. Hooray! And that's all for the Cars levels. Now we gotta move on to the 5 other worlds waiting for us. Oh boy. And this one should be fun, at least, because the next one is on my favorite Pixar film, Up! Now, the Up levels for me have to be one of the best ones in this entire game. I'm not joking. Like, I could definitely see where most of the budget went. Then again, it also helps because Up is one of my favorite Pixar films of all time, so that might have something to do with it. But anyway, let me digress. The first part of the Up levels has you save Kevin, the bird of Paradise Falls, and Carl's house from getting away before Charles Muntz gets to it, so we must team up with Russell to save the house and Kevin. And while we're doing so, Russell kinda uncomfortably seems to reveal a lot about his personal life.
Maybe I could get my dad to go rafting with me. He would love this. There's just gotta be a rafting badge. You know, so I can get it. We study butterflies in school.
Man, Russell, we just met and you're kind of revealing a lot to me. Have you ever considered seeing a therapist? Basically, in this level, we chase the house down and solve some simple puzzles in order to get closer to the house. Despite the simple nature of this level, I kind of like it. The levels also have plenty of replay value, as you can discover new things in them that you might have missed out on the first time and aim for a higher score. And holy shit, Russell, slow down, buddy. I told you not to take Mr. Fredrickson's pills. But if you thought the first level was good, holy crap, the second one is a roller coaster. So basically, Charles Muntz managed to get a hold of the house and drags it using his dirigible. What? Dirigible? Huh. You mean his airship. The game refers to it as a dirigible, which is a word that I never even knew existed. Huh. I guess you learn something new every day. But I digress. Basically, we must chase it down and retrieve the house again. And man, the level design here is actually pretty good. Like, it starts off like a normal chase scene, and then we must throw fruit at planes to damage the dirigible. And after that, we actually get to fly the planes ourselves. Man, this level is awesome. Like, so far, this is my favorite part of the entire game. So finally, in the third level of the up levels, we are inside the airship and we must save Kevin's babies. This one isn't as great as the second level, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I didn't enjoy it. But man, everything is so fast paced, it's kinda overwhelming. Like, so much happens in this one. Like, you must free the baby birds and swing on the cables of the airship. So in the end, we managed to save Kevin's babies, and thus concludes the up levels. The up levels, to be honest, were one of the best levels in the entire game, but we're not halfway done, because we gotta sit down and have a story. A Toy Story, to be exact! So the first part of our Toy Story adventure starts off at Sunnyside Daycare, where Bonnie is excited since her grandmother is coming over and she wants to show her that she took care of her grandmother's childhood doll, Mr. Pricklepants. However, he falls out of her backpack, so we must team up with Woody to help bring Pricklepants home. The level design here is pretty good, but my god, there's one glaring issue that seems to get on my nerves. Woody won't shut up.
Whoa, take it easy, settle down. I'm right here, partner. Without batteries, that truck won't pull the winch!
Yes, Woody, I know we need batteries. I heard you the first time.
Come on, we have to help Mr. Pricklepants!
Jesus, Woody, what do you think I'm trying to do? Whatever. Afterwards, we get a nice callback to the first Toy Story, where we must ride RC cars to get to Bonnie's car, and honestly, this one was actually pretty fun. But let's move on to the second part of the game, where we arrive at the airport, and Mr. Pricklepants is stolen by Fat Al from Al's Toy Barn, who wants to sell him at a museum in Japan. Okay, side note, as a kid, I've always wanted to go to Al's Toy Barn, and second, was I the only one who thought his name was Fat Al as a kid? Just me? Okay. This level is insane. Like, it definitely gives me Toy Story 2 vibes. The platforming design here is top notch, and we end off the level by opening up a cargo hold of the plane where everyone's precious belongings are lost. Like, wow. That's quite a lot of desperation just to get back to a kid. And that carries us to the third level, where we're carried by the wind into the dump, and we must escape out of there safely.
This is no place for any kind of toy.
Honestly, most of my childhood toys probably ended up breaking and were thrown away by my mom and probably ended up here. And now I feel bad for my old toys because holy shit! This place is basically a metallic hell. Like, everything here is absolutely hellish, from the giant claws to conveyor belts that lead to your demise. Also, Pricklepants apparently has a vendetta against all this crap.
Garbage, and the garbage, and the garbage creeps in this petty pace from trash to ash.
Damn, hey, Pricklepants buddy. Are you okay over there? Well, we eventually make it to Bonnie's house and everything is good. Well, that was pretty fun, but I'm sure that this next world will be incredible. Get it? 'Cause it's The Incredibles. Oh boy, The Incredibles. I love The Incredibles. Both movies were fantastic, so I can't wait to see how they'll do this in the game. It better be super duper. Get it? Because he's superhero! Fine, I'll just get started with the game. So in the first level, we're on Omanisen Island, where we must save Mirage from a rogue Omnidroid. And we're teamed up with Violet, who seems to be acting a little bit off today.
Not to rush you, but we should probably go save Mirage from that evil robot.
What do you think I'm doing? In the level, we basically open shields, fly hovercrafts above hot boiling lava. Toasty. Honestly, just like the up levels, the incredible levels are actually pretty fun. May I say, incredible. We eventually catch up to Mirage and whoa, down we go. We fall down a shaft while I just to make the character show off his super sexy dance moves.
inspiration. Really, I mean that.
Thanks, I know. We eventually save Mirage, but it's not over yet, as in the second level, we're teamed up with Dash, and we're supposed to escape the volcano before it erupts and kills everyone inside. Apparently Dash thinks it's cool, so we escape the volcano, and the level design again, it's fantastic. If there's one thing I could say about this game, is that it has good level design, and it's honestly the best part of this game. But I know you guys really want to know how the Incredibles levels end. So basically, there's a giant Omnidroid that's destroying the city, and we're teamed up with Mr. Incredible and Frozone for what I would consider a grand finale to one of the best worlds in the entire game. Cheers to you, Incredibles. That was definitely super duper. But what was not super duper was the fact that I got hit by a thing. Yeah. But how about we relax in the City of Light and let's have a delight while we dine with rats. Yes, I'm talking about Ratatouille. We're almost done. Just bear with me for a little bit more. I'm getting tired too. So you're probably wondering, what are the Ratatouille levels like? And to be honest, they're meh. Like, they're okay. They aren't as bad as the Cars levels, but nowhere near as good as the upper Incredibles levels. They're just okay. I'll just make this one short and sweet. The first level has us save a rat that's been trapped in a jar. Don't you dare think about it, guys. And we must bring him to Linguini so that he can be freed. So, what's the level like? It's basically your standard platformer, but you do get to scare birds, so that's cool. And in the second level, you must help Remy's father guide a boat across the sewers. I don't know, guys, I just don't have a lot to talk about this one, except for the end, which has a nice callback to the up levels, which is nice, I guess. And the last level of the Ratatouille world is probably the best one, since you can just create complete and utter chaos and throw shit at Chef Skinner's face. And we also get that Anton Ego flashback scene, but 100 times more awkward. And that's Ratatouille! As you can guess, I found this one a bit boring, which is a shame because I like the movie that the levels were based off of, but I think we should be done with the game now. Right? Okay, fine. So now that we're finally finished with Ratatouille, let's just finish this game off the right way with the last level. We're gonna go underwater to find whoever has sympathy for Elaine Degenerate. I mean Finding Dory. Yes. Finding Dory. And by the looks of the sea cucumber hiding in the sand for dear life, I know I'm in for something unforgettable. So, what exactly are the Dory levels like? Well, all I can say is that they're definitely unique. Like, unlike the other worlds, the Dory levels don't really have a plot to them. You just kinda zone out and enjoy the ride. Spoiler alert, there really isn't much to this one. Like, mostly you just swim around different environments, and that's basically it. But hey, at least after I finished the world, our sea cucumber friend is happy now, so that's something. And yeah, that's basically all the levels in Pixar Rush. You know what that means? I'm finally free. We've finally finished the game. So tell me, what's my reward? We get to have one last photograph with all the kids in the park. Cool. And that's Pixar Rush. And if you're asking if the child can escape now, no, he can't. He's trapped in there forever. Overall, is this game worth playing? Yes and no. While I like the level design, you gotta be honest, this game was made for very young children, and for the most part, the game is quite forgettable. So in the end, I don't really recommend it if you're looking for a great Pixar game, but I could definitely recommend it for children under 12. I'm positive I would have loved this game if it came out when I was a kid, but I'm in my early 20s, so that's not the case. To me, the game was okay. A little lame, but it's okay. Now, I can finally relax on the couch again.